Hey, it's Marissa. Today we are chatting 5 ways to make your offer stand out and get accepted. Number 1 is very obvious, but that is price. The higher the price, the better chance that the offer is going to get accepted. Now you can either do an escalation clause or you can do a flat price. You can watch the video on escalation clauses that I already have up to decide if escalation clause is the right move for you. Number 2 is to increase your earnest money. Earnest money is a good faith deposit deposited in a trust account and held there until closing. So it shows the seller that you're serious about purchasing their home. And if the transaction were to fall through for whatever reason, it's not totally cut and dry who the earnest money goes to. And sometimes you might even have to go to arbitration. But sometimes if it is the buyer's fault, they just get cold feet, the seller is entitled to keep that earnest money. You can think of it as a security deposit, and we normally recommend doing 1% of the purchase price. So if you are purchasing a $200,000 home, you may want to do $2,000 for earnest money. However, if you want to sweeten the pot a little bit, you could do $3,000 or $4,000 to make your offer stand out. Along with that, number 3 is tightening your deadlines. We have default deadlines in our contracts, but if you want to make your offer just a little bit sweeter, you can tighten up those deadlines. So for example, in our Wisconsin offer to purchase, the deadline for earnest money is 5 days by default. I usually like to make that 4 or 3 days to help my clients stand out just a little bit. You could also tighten up the deadline for closing or tighten up the deadline for the inspection period just to make it that much better. Number 4 is a bit of a controversial topic, and that is a seller letter. A dear seller letter, a love letter to the sellers, whatever you want to call it. This can be a little bit controversial, but I always recommend that my buyers do it. I am convinced that the seller letter is the reason for some of my clients' accepted offers, including our own. We wrote a letter to the sellers explaining who we are, why this area is so important to us, and what we were envisioning for the home and our plans and what we imagined ourselves doing in the home, saying that we were so excited for Christmas and decorating for all of the holidays and having friends and family over. And this can be a great way to tug on the heartstrings. Obviously, money talks, numbers talk, data matters. However, people do make decisions based on emotions as well, not just logic, and I think it doesn't hurt just to include a seller letter. 5th and final is post-occupancy. Depending on the situation, if the sellers still live at the property, this could be really beneficial to them. If the home is vacant, this might not be as important, so be sure to check with the other agent to see what's important to the sellers. However, if this is something that your sellers want, you could give them a couple extra days after closing to work on moving their things out, or you could give them a week of post-occupancy or even a month at no extra cost to them. This is definitely going to be a huge advantage. Well, those are just a few of the ways that you can make your offer stand out amongst the competition. We are still in a heavy seller's market, and I believe we will be for a while still. So if there's anything else I can help with, or if you need a real estate agent in the Fox Valley area, I'd love to be your girl. You can find more about me in the description. Follow me on social media, send me an email. I would love to hear from you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.